the Board of Public Works and Safety. Roll call. Here.
Here.
Here. Are there any conflict of interest statements? Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting of July 2nd, 9th, 16th, 23rd, and 30th? Did anyone have a chance to review them?
I'd like to defer action.
We have a motion to defer. We have a second. Those in favor say aye.
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 Those against, motion passes. Under correspondence, the first item, item A, is the bid opening for the 6th District Local Street Project at Montana Avenue lighting from 169th to 165th. We have two bids. First bid is from Midwestern Electric Incorporated, 1620 East Chicago Avenue, East Chicago, Indiana. They have their bid bond, they have their Form 96 and their non-inclusion affidavit signed, and their bid is $230,681.83. The second bid is from Hawk Enterprises. I should read the address. 1850 East North Street, Crown Point, Indiana. They have their bid bond, they have their Form 96, they have their non-inclusion affidavit signed. Their bid is $209,265.20. Do I have a motion to refer these to the consultant engineer for tabulation and recommendation?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes. Next we have the bid opening for 6th District Local Street Project, Missouri, lighting improvement 169th to 165th. We have two bids. First bid is from Midwestern Electric. They have their bid bond, they have their Form 96, they have their non-inclusion affidavit signed. Their bid is $270,618.39. Second bid is from Hawk Enterprises Incorporated. They have their bid bond. They have their Form 96. They have their non-inclusion affidavit signed. Their bid is $239,072.82. Do I have a motion to refer these to the consultant engineer for tabulation and recommendation?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes. Item C, we have a bid opening for trucks for the MVH department, 4 tandem axle dump trucks and 6 or less 3/4 ton pickup trucks. And we've got 4 bids. First bid is from Pozo Truck Center Incorporated, 3001 East 15th Place, Gary, Indiana. Have their Form 96 filled out. They have their bid bond. They have their non-inclusion affidavit signed. total price for the tandem axle chassis with the requested equipment, that's for one tandem axle, is $162,737. But this doesn't make sense, and they have total price for 10. Well, this must be each for 10, $161,787. What do you think? If you find more, but
Anybody here from Pozo?
can you clarify your bid?
It says,
Per unit.
okay, but the second line says total price for 10 in parentheses, tandem axle chassis with requested equipment. Is that for one, for the six wheel?
Correct.
Okay, so the first bid for one tandem axle is $162,737. Is that for the tandem axle dump truck?
Yes.
And the second bid that says 10 should say one,
Correct, per unit.
and that's for this 3/4 ton pickup?
No, we didn't bid on the pickup.
Okay, so you just bid on
Tandem
the four trucks, and that's 161,000 each? Okay. So you didn't bid on, the six pickup trucks?
No.
Okay, all right.
Okay. And price for options on the per unit for number one is $975. Price for options number two on a per unit basis is $3,895. The next bid is from Rush Truck Center, 1440 Texas Street, Gary, Indiana. Well, I see the first sheet from the Form 96. I don't see a bid bond. Oh, there is one stuck in there, that didn't come out? Okay, good. Any other bid bond? But if they didn't provide us with the entire Form 96, well, here's the non-collusion affidavit, David, that's the sheet they gave us. Okay, well, we'll just note this in bid tabulation. Their bid for a total price for one tandem axle chassis with the requested equipment is $159,544. The price for 10 tandem axle chassis with the requested equipment is $1,595,440. The price for option one per unit is $160,519. The price for option two per unit is $163,439. That doesn't seem like it matches the first bid, but we'll figure that out when they're tabulated. Okay, the next bid says Lakeshore Ford on the front, it doesn't have an address. Lakeshore Ford, 244 Melton Road, Burns Harbor, Indiana. Now, it looks like they only bid the pickup trucks. Is there a bid bond in there, stuck in there? Well, they have the non-collusion affidavit, but I don't see a bid bond. We'll just read the bid and have it shake out in the bid tabulation. The bid price for 2016 F-250 4x4 trucks. Unit price is $34,698 with a total bid of $209,808. Next bid is from Truck City, 2333 West 26th Avenue, Gary, Indiana. Everybody did these different. They have a Form 95 and their non-inclusion affidavit signed. And they have a bid bond. At least that's what it says on the front of the envelope. Yep, there's a bid bond in there. Okay. Their bid, the base price per unit for the equipment going on a tandem axle chassis is $61,998. And I assume that's on a per unit basis. And then there's some items to be added here. 5/8-inch pintle hook plate at $975 each. Stainless steel dump body at $3,895 each. Stainless steel hydraulic reservoir, $1,088. And a stainless steel sleeving on all hoses, $785. Final bid is from Great Lakes Peterbilt, 5900 Southport Road, Portage, Indiana. Their bid bond. Let's see the Form 95. Or the non-inclusion affidavit. We can just determine that in tabulation, just read the bid for now. Total bid for one tandem axle chassis with requested equipment, $163,070. Total bid for 10 tandem axle chassis with requested equipment, $1,620,700. Price for option 1 per unit is $163,070. Price for option 2 per unit, $162,070. That completes the bids for the trucks. Do we have a motion to refer those to engineering and to MVH for tabulation and recommendation?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item D, correspondence received from Verizon requesting approval of changes to the equipment on the tower at the Hammond Police Department. They sent all the necessary information showing that it's not going to change loading on the tower, so I don't see a problem with us approving it.
I'd like to make a motion to approve.
And I'll concur. Next, we have a license agreement with Speedway Super America for work they're gonna do at 7345 Kennedy Avenue, environmental testing. Ron Novak's reviewed it, so it looks like he's recommending that we approve it.
To make a motion to approve, Mr. Novak?
Motion,
Second.
second, questions or comments? Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item F, disposal authorization for the Hammond Police Department. Looks like a lot of vehicles.
I'd like to make a motion to approve Chief Doty's request.
Second.
Motion and second, questions or comments? Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Demolition hearings on properties located at various locations throughout the city of Hammond.
Mr. President, if we could, we'd like to move N up on the agenda, which is a one property on White Oak that's set for status today. Mr. Zavane is here as the attorney for that property.
Item M.
N is in Nancy, 7446 White Oak. We had a discussion with Mr. Zavane regarding this property. There has been some work done on it. However, the contractor that did the work didn't have a license. That contractor has been, or I should say that the contractor that did it allowed his license to be used by somebody that didn't have a license. Now that contractor's license has been revoked. The garage is absolutely in need of being demolished because they built it on cinder block. It doesn't have a correct pad. And so the city's position is that we would allow this to be set over to January 14th as a status date, but during that time, the conditions would be to prevent demolition of the main house, that the owner would demolish the garage at their expense by January 14th, and that they would get a licensed contractor to call for both HVAC and electrical inspections by the 14th. And that's the city's position.
Pretty much covered everything. My client wasn't aware that their vendor was basically passing out a license to some investors. They repeatedly tried to ensure that the inspection permits and anti-price. So, unless this is what will drive the.
Could you speak into the microphone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're not picking you up good.
The garage, from what I understand, is not structurally sound, based on what I've been advised by the city. I will certainly take that to my client and let them know that they need to either demolish it or essentially rebuild it. And I need to get them, obviously, a proper contractor to proceed with an inspection before the 14th. If the city is so willing, we can address a further status in January, if that's okay.
Yeah, January 14th is our request. I want to make the conditions regarding the main house, of record, so that it's in the minutes.
I'd like to make a motion to have status on January 14th.
Second.
Questions or comments? Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
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 Okay.
Motion passes.
Mr. President, we can go back to G now. 651 119th Street. If you hear your address and you're here for a demolition hearing, just come on up. 651 119th. Mr. President, I can report on this that there is a new buyer on this property who has indicated to the city that once he buys it, he wants to tear down the front house and rebuild a new home on that property. However, at this point, that sale hasn't been consummated to our knowledge, and so we would request, given proper service, that the demolition order be affirmed as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes.
917 174th Street. We show this as being owned by Deutsche Bank. The photos show a single-family brick home with a ripped tarp on the roof. The windows are boarded up, and the gas meter is missing. Shed and garage in the rear has started to collapse from tree damage. We would request the board affirm the demolition order. State your name and.
I'm Julie Weller. I'm appearing as local counsel for Deutsche Bank. that got this property from foreclosure. We have a developer working on the property, needs more time to inspect and repair it due to the nature of the structure of the building. We're asking for 60 days to bring it into compliance.
When did you guys take ownership of it?
July 10th of this year.
Is the tarp been removed?
To my knowledge, no, there's still a leaky roof.
So it's been 7,
5 months.
5 months, and 5 months and you guys haven't done anything to it yet? Is that what I'm asking?
I'm actually, the attorney who was supposed to be here got a flat tire, so I'm here last minute. What I do know is that they do have someone working on it. I'm not sure when they found the developer to work on it, but
Do you know if any permits have been pulled yet?
Are they working on it without permits?
I have no idea. I'm sorry.
I was by that property yesterday, I see no action, no sign of any kind of improvements going on, the church is so short on top of the world. I don't know if any permits have been pulled there, I haven't seen any construction type.
If I could approach, Mr. President, I'm going to show Ms. Weller these photos. These are the photos that we have,
Okay.
that we understand to be the, and obviously, 124th Street is a nice part of town, it's a
Mhm.
good street. It's been looking like this since March. Since position that Ms. Weller does want to, I understand, obviously, she's pinch-hitting here, that we would be happy to allow the order to be entered, but as we do in many instances.
It's not gonna happen
Stay
tomorrow.
that order, and set it over for status. So we can, set it over for status, but enter the order as presented to allow the city to keep moving in the process. She's got a developer that's going to work on it. We can, as we always do, suggest that they get an inspection, pay the $150, get that inspection done, and then we'll enter a rehab agreement pursuant to this board's resolution, standing resolution.
Yeah, because there's no gas or nothing going to it house either. Water on?
Let's see.
You're not gonna like it. So you want us to affirm the order?
So the city's requesting you to affirm the order, stay the order,
Status when?
March 3rd. That'll give enough time to just make sure they contact the building.
I'd like to make a motion to affirm the order, but have stay the order, but have status on March 3rd.
Thank you.
We have a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none, those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much. Bauer?
909 Bauer. Mr. President, this is a property that's owned by another trust company. It is a hardest hit property. We would request that there being good service, the order be affirmed as presented.
So moved.
Second. Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. 612 and a half Burton Court.
This is owned by, at least the records show, by Sweeney. No one appears. This actually was up before this board in 2012. There was an effort to rehab it that failed. We need to start the process over because the order is now stale. So we'd request the order be affirmed as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. 6009 and 6011 Calumet.
6009-11 Calumet. This is actually the part of the strip center just to the south of the employee parking lot here at City Hall. The property to the further south of this, which is kind of connected, there's a party wall that connects that strip center, is owned by redevelopment. This one is also in need of demolition. It's our understanding that the owner passed away 3 years ago. We got a call from her son-in-law. We would request that there being good service, that the order be affirmed as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. 4614 Cameron.
4614 Cameron is owned by Tim Petrakis. Is here today. He is the owner and is working on the donation of the property to the city, to redevelopment and UNI, so it can be part of the hardest hit program. They were in the middle of it getting scored, and I've explained that to Mr. Tracus yesterday. And we would like to therefore enter the order, but we're going to stay at pending a resolution of the scoring.
Yes, I'd like to give this property to the city.
Status, Kevin, or just stay at?
I think we can set it for status on March 3rd because we think the donation agreement will be done by then.
So you said, I'm sorry, you said affirm
March
it,
3rd,
but affirm it? Just-
affirm it and stay it.
I'd like to make a motion to affirm the demo, stay it, and then status on March 3rd.
Second.
Great. You okay with that? All right.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
Aye. Those against, motion passes. 5536 Claude.
5536 Claude. We have the owner as REO Logic Indiana Holdings as the owner. REO Logic, 5536 Claude. No one is here. We would request, given the fact we have good service, that this matter be affirmed as presented. I would note, however, that we do have some contact from Alberto Campos, who is contracting to purchase this. We would request the order be affirmed, but we'll stay it.
So moved.
Second. Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. 2626 Cleveland, garage only.
2626 Cleveland, this is a garage in very bad shape. We have served the owner. We request, was listed as Blink. We'd request that the order be affirmed as presented.
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye. Those against, motion passes. 2638 Cleveland.
This is another garage only. The owner is listed as Herrera. The inspection has been done. Mr. Cook is preparing the written order.
Kevin?
So it'd be Mr. Herrera? Okay. You're the owner? All right. Mr. Herrera has paid for an inspection has been performed to the garage. I believe that he wishes to rehab the garage, and so we're waiting for that inspection. We would request the order be affirmed, but we'll stay it and set it for status for March 3rd.
So moved. Kurt, you did an inspection already?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes.
March 3rd. We'll send you a letter. Okay, thank you.
6404 Columbia.
Mr. President, this is listed as, the owner's listed as Teams, 6404 Columbia. It's like basically one last house you can see from near the Menards project. It's in real bad shape. There's been indication there's been water in the basement. We would request that the order be entered as presented and affirmed. We do have good service.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. 6458 Crescent.
This is a garage only. I don't know if it was listed as that.
Doesn't
but
say that.
Okay, so, hi. Okay, Mr. Vargas, are you the owner, sir? All right, Mr. Vargas is present. This is a garage only. The photos that we will show you, and we'll show Mr. Vargas as well, of course, show what appear to be a large garage/barn in the rear of the property with open windows and a failing roof, softened fascia. The bricks are starting to separate. Mr. Vargas has paid for an inspection. I don't know if he is planning on rehabbing it or not, but we'll ask him that in a second. And the city's position would be to affirm the demolition, but to stay it, giving Mr. Vargas time to repair the property. Is that kind of what it looks like? So okay, I'm going to show that to the board. Go ahead, Mr. Vargas. You can present any evidence you want, or do you have any objection to us moving forward? Yes. Yes. Okay, so Mr. Vargas has indicated that he does have proof of the fact that he paid for his inspection. I believe that is being set up and that it will be done, and that hopefully you want to rehab this garage. Okay, do you live there, or do you rent, the house is being rented currently? Okay, and then what we would like to do is affirm the demolition order, set it over for March 3rd to give Mr. Vargas time and the city time to complete the inspection and then begin the rehab.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. 818 Eaton, garage only.
818 Eaton, you could probably see if you looked out the window here, it's the garage just past this front house on Lyons. It faces this way. It's in very poor shape. We would request that the order be affirmed as presented. We do have good service.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Those against, motion passes. 4548 Homan, front and garage.
Okay, 4548 Homan Avenue, the owner is listed as Tharp. This is what is probably known to many as Rudy's Bait Shop. Hi, how are you, sir? Come on up.
26 Cleveland.
We did call 2626 Cleveland. That's all right. Let us do this property and we'll recall it. All right, wait 1 second. All right. 4548 Homan Avenue is also known as Rudy's Bait Shop. It's along the tracks there on Homan Avenue just before you reach Gosselin across from the South Shore Station. This is a property that's become in pretty bad shape since the bait shop closed down. We have good service. We request that the order be affirmed as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. 1117 Michigan Street.
Mr. President, can we go to 2626 Cleveland?
Oh, okay.
Mr. Blink? Okay, come on up. Okay, so, Mr. Blink, this is your garage
Yes,
with the roof's failing?
yes.
All right, what's your plan for it?
All right, I've been out of town. My sister died, and I've been in Florida for
Do you
2
live
weeks.
there, sir?
I'm sorry?
Do you live there?
No, I do not. No, I do not. And I called and I got one estimate already.
Okay,
Nathan Reeder is my management company.
okay,
And I called him and told him to get on the stick and get me 3 bids
yep.
to either replace the garage or, or remove it.
Okay, can we,
Can I get an extension?
so what we're gonna do, this is what we're gonna do. Do we have a good address for you, or did you get served in South Holland here at P.O. Box?
Yes,
Okay, so that's a good address. So what the city's position is that we're entering the order of demolition, but it takes some time. It usually takes at least 6 to 8 weeks to bid out.
I
So
see.
during that time, if you've got somebody that's gonna knock it down or whatever, just need to make sure, one, that they're licensed in the city of Hammond, licensed contractor.
That's why I went Reeder to do it,
Okay,
because they know about all this stuff over here.
okay, all right, just have Nathan call the
Nathan.
city and he'll get it all set up.
I told him, get on the stick.
We
and
appreciate that.
Get, either knock it down or replace it. Give me how much it's gonna cost to do one or the other.
Okay, so we're gonna,
You're gonna get rid of it or get it or replace it.
okay, all right.
Okay, and can I have a little time to do that?
Yes, you got about 8 weeks.
Okay, that will be fine.
So we,
All right.
should I,
We can handle that.
All right.
We did.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm sorry about the hard of hearing thing.
That's okay. You can speak up.
It's in the shop, and this one isn't too good.
All right, no problem.
You need a motion?
we already.
Oh, we already did.
confirmed
Oh,
it.
That's right, you
She's
did.
got, oh,
So now we're down on 1117 Michigan, Mr. President.
Okay.
We do have a rehab agreement signed and the bond has been posted, so we'd request, and that would be with Ms. Kathy Ramos Cruz, who is here. Yes, so what we'd like to do is affirm the demolition order, but stay that until March 3rd to allow the Cruzes to proceed with the rehab. Looks like they've already got an electrical permit and they're moving forward. Yeah, great, just make sure everyone's licensed and all that. All right, so that,
make a motion to affirm the order, stay it, and then status for March 3rd.
Second.
thank you.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. 5948 Park Place.
5948 Park Place, Mr. President, is owned by Redfin Capital, Inc. This is a vacant frame house. We request the order be affirmed as presented. We do have good service.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Those against, motion passes. 4446 Sheffield.
Mr. President, this is owned by Lake County Trust. I've been contacted by Mr. Bill Padula, who's representing the trust, and Mr. Spurlock, who is the trustee. This is a vacant cigarette stand. We would request a continuance to January 14th pursuant to that agreement with Mr. Padula.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. 932 Sibley Street.
932 Sibley. Don't believe anyone's present. We would request this order be affirmed as presented. This is a two-family, two-story frame house with an overgrown yard. The siding's falling off the sides. It doesn't appear anyone's living there. We reviewed the photos today with Mr. Kearney and Mr. Cook. They both agree that this matter, given the status of the property and its state that it be demolished, we request the order be affirmed as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those against? Motion passes. 1167 Sibley Garage.
Mr. President, I'm happy to report that the owner, Mr. Rodriguez, has self-demolished the garage, and we request this be removed from the list.
So moved.
Motion and a second.
Kevin?
Oh, hi. You guys knocked it down, right? That's okay. Who do we have? Anybody?
Kevin.
Great. Mrs. Cruz, right here.
Thank you for sticking around.
Okay, so it's our understanding that they knocked the garage down themselves.
And then she started to,
Yeah, they knocked it down themselves.
Yeah.
So nothing's gonna happen, we're taking it off the list, and the city's not proceeding. Okay. Nothing to do. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Cruz, thank you. All right.
Need to take any action?
Nope, well, we removed it from the list.
Okay. 555 State Street.
Mr. President, this is a property that is owned by the First Baptist Church. It's between the old courthouse and the library on the courthouse side of the street. It's really just a facade. The back of the building is gone. We've spoken with Mr. Lapina over at the church. They are going to self-demolish it, so we would request that this matter just be set over for status to March 3rd.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Motion passes. 816 Summer Street.
816 Summer. As the photos we presented to the board show, boarded up frame house. We do have good service on this matter. We would request the order be affirmed as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Motion passes. 1150 Summer.
1150 Summer. This is a property that's gone all the way back to 2011. We had a rehab agreement. It failed. It is now on the hardest hit list. We would request that this matter be affirmed as presented.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Motion passes. 1155 Summer Garage.
This is the Mitchells? Hi. All right. We have, this is garage only. Our photos that I'm going to show to Mr. Mitchell show a two-bay garage with the roof that's collapsed and bricks as well. There's a tarp up for a roof. Mr. Mitchell, is this accurate as far as what the?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to show these to the board.
I've gotten 3 bids to have it demolished, I've applied for a loan. It was 3,800, the lowest 2,300, so we figured out right now.
Okay. So it sounds like the Mitchells then are going to self-demolish property, which is great news. The city's position would be to enter the order to affirm the demolition and just stay it, giving the Mitchells some time to do that, get their loan, and stay it to March 3rd. Do you think you can get it down by then?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, great. Just contact us. My name and address is on the notice you got, and just let us know when it's down so we can make sure we take off. Sure. All right, great. Thanks so much, sir. All right,
I'd like to make a motion to affirm it, Kevin?
Yep.
Let's stay it till March?
that's correct.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Those against? Motion passes. 5972 White Oak.
5972 White Oak. This is owned by Mr. Riddle. I know Mr. Kearney and Mr. Cook have gone in there and observed, and I think some of your inspectors went in there as well. There's a, yeah, we're going to show you some of the pictures on this. get an idea of what we're dealing with here. More of a compound than a house.
Yeah, I want to know why it's very strange. Okay, I admit it. It's very strange.
It does look that,
This is
as
off
if,
the summer, right?
Yeah, if your airplane were to crash in the jungle and you were to build a shelter out of its parts,
Like on Lost?
that's what it would look like.
it's our understanding that the house may actually be in foreclosure or otherwise been transferred. Given its condition and the photos that we presented to the board, we would request that the demolition order be affirmed as presented.
Didn't they used to call those shanties?
There's an extra motion somewhere.
Yeah, you have a motion. That's my motion. So moved.
Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those against, motion passes. 6 Williams Street. Anybody here from 6 Williams?
Hi, is this Mr. Akinsanya? Akinsanya. We show Mr. Akinsanya as the owner. He's present here today. Our photos show boarded up brick, vacant, 2-story residence and garage. The lot was overgrown. Porch and stairs are in bad condition. There's debris in the yard, and the bricks are cracked. We have broken windows and cracked windowsills. We're going to show Mr. Akinsanya the photos that we have here. The property, these 4. Yes. The window is broken. Garage. Yeah. Mr. Akinsanya, are these accurate photos of the premises? Yes. They are. Okay, I'm going to present those to the board. It's the city's position that we'd like to affirm the demolition, and as presented, Mr. Akinsanya, you can present any evidence you have to the board, and of course, you can let them know your position. You can come to the microphone.
Good morning. My name is Yomi Akinsanya. I'm really here to represent my brother, Taiwo, the owner of the property, who presently lives and works in Hawaii.
Does anyone live in this building? Is this building vacant or is somebody living in it?
It's vacant. He bought it vacant for the intention of renovating it, and he has 2 kids in college at this time, and he says since he moved to Hawaii to work, he has been unable to raise the funds to repair the building and make it habitable. And he wants me to appeal to the board today to give him some time. Either he sells it or he can make it look more presentable.
When does he,
We show that the transfer date was March 3rd of 2012. So he's owned it since,
almost 4 years?
yeah, coming up on 4 years.
Yes.
When did he go to Hawaii?
I'll say about 7 months ago.
So prior to him going to Hawaii, he's made no progress in 2.5, 3 years.
Well, he did make some progress a few months ago.
Before he left?
Yes. He sent a crew in to clean all the interior because the house was in real bad shape.
Well, the outside,
On the
I
inside?
imagine what the inside looks like.
Well, he sent a crew there to clean all the debris in the building, and the crew was also supposed to have boarded up the windows and make it a little bit more presentable. So that's what they were able to do. I don't know if you could buy some time.
Well, as Mr. Akinsanya, I can tell you this, that what usually happens in a situation like this is the board proceeds with the request of the city, which is to affirm the demolition order, would be that you would have some time between now and time to bid it out, which is about 8 weeks, and then probably a couple weeks after that, until permits get issued, to do something with the property. If you want an inspection, you have to go down and pay $150 for it, do that, and then enter a rehab agreement, and that would be the time you have. Let them know that.
All right.
Do you have any objection to the city proceeding with the demolition order?
No, I do not.
Status?
March 3rd.
So moved.
We'd like to enter the order.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to enter the order, stay until March 3rd for status.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. 836 Willow Court.
What's the good address? Can we send it to 6 Williams?
Yes.
Okay, that's what we'll send it. Okay, thank
So I
you.
can go downstairs and pay the.
$150. Yes, as for inspection. Thank you, sir. I'm sorry, 836 Willow. We have the owner listed as American Homeowner Preservation, Inc. Unfortunately, they are not preserving that property, and we would request the order be affirmed as presented. We do have to.
So moved.
Motion second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. 838 Willow Court.
838 Willow, which I show as our last property today, is owned by a Christian Ruiz, who has entered who has paid for an inspection, and believes that the rehab will be done next year. So we would request that the order be affirmed, but that it be stayed to allow Mr. Ruiz to go ahead and get that inspection done and get a rehab agreement signed for March 3rd. Do you have any objection to that, Mr. Okay.
You want to look at 836 next door, too?
No, that's a mess.
Okay.
That's right.
Once they're done, I'll take it.
There you go.
I'd like to so move on your.
A motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Okay,
Aye.
I'm sorry.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes.
Mr. President, we do have a gentleman that just showed up from 818 Eaton Street. Hi, sir, how are you? This is Mr. Richardson? No? Okay. Your name, sir?
Robert Mack, my sister on this property.
Okay, it's right here.
Yeah,
Right over there.
exactly, yeah.
We're gonna knock the garage down. Do you have any problem with that?
No, I have no problem with it.
Okay, that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, it needs to come down.
Yeah, okay, I don't have a problem with it.
Okay, sounds like we're good to go. Did you want to tell the board anything else?
No, if they want to tear it down, it's some good, it's, got a lot of bricks, if they want the bricks,
Yep.
We had it looked at it, and they said it couldn't be repaired. We had a guy look at the roof and everything, but
Too far gone.
too far gone.
Okay, all right, so it sounds like we're good to go. Thank you for coming in, sir.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right.
We move down to item H, correspondence received requesting a rental registration hearing.
I'd like to make a motion to schedule this for January 14th.
Have a motion, have a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Item I, a agreement to rehabilitate property located at 1510 173rd Street.
Chris, you went through this?
Mr. President, if we actually previously had, this is that place that's right on 173rd, they're trying to put a daycare in there. We had previously had a rehab agreement and it expired. So this is, they're doing an extension. So hopefully they can get it done this time. If not, we're just gonna move forward.
Make a motion to approve the agreement.
Second.
Motion and second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Those against, motion passes. Next, we have an application for tattoo and body piercing establishment license submitted for approval. Chris, why is that coming before the board? Is there a problem with the business?
No idea. I've never,
Or is it just,
I think
well, it looks
it's a
like it's just
different-
part of the approval.
is there an ordinance?
I think there's a requirement on this type of business license.
Because I don't remember ever one coming, but
I could
there
look.
is a spot for the board of works.
The city of Hammond has other tattoo parlors. They may have predated this ordinance or the board's action. I don't know anything about this. If you want, I can look into it, but if there is a requirement that the Board of Works approve it, then I would just ask the board either take action this week or next week, and then,
Everybody else.
Yeah, building departments approved it, zoning, police department. So fire and board of works needs to approve it, and then it looks like it's complete. And it looks like they're getting ready to open up soon, so we could just take action on it.
okay, that's fine.
I just don't remember us doing one.
I don't, and I don't know enough about it. I didn't see it prior to the meeting.
Yeah, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Item K, correspondence received from Amy Radelack requesting no parking sign to be placed between her and her neighbor's driveway.
No, Mr. President, I don't know if she's here, but she did send some pictures. If you take a look at it, what you have is you have a driveway, you have a little bit of space, which is like maybe a smart car could fit there, and nothing else. And then there's another driveway. And I believe the issue appears to be people are parking in that little no man's land.
The cars.
Yeah, making it hard to swing out.
Right,
through
so
the
maybe the
driveway.
best thing to do would just be to stripe it yellow and nobody parks there, I mean,
Well-
of any size vehicle.
Normally, we would refer these to Gary and let him look at it. Maybe he's got a smart car parking only sign.
If not, I know he could make one. If he doesn't have one, he could make one.
Compact car? Yeah, mine.
Do we have a,
Send us,
do we have
like
a
the motion,
motion to
send it to Gary. Yep.
A motion to second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Correspondence received from Chief Jeff Smith requesting the retirement of Battalion Chief David Zufa to be placed on the pension rolls of the Hammond Fire Department effective December 11, 2015.
Make a motion to approve the chief's request.
Second. Got a motion? Second. And a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Item M, Indiana Department of Environmental Management review letter for the Marquette Trail submitted for approval. Yeah, this is pretty standard, so I've got to sign it, but I need the board to approve it. So do I have a motion approving the letter for the grant administrator finance authority approval for the Marquette Trail?
So move.
Second.
Motion second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Those against, motion passes. Okay, there's 3 copies of that to sign. I'll sign it because they're set up for my signature. Next, we have a bid recommendation on a bunch of demolitions. Is this the one that had the tie?
Well, actually, on that one, they've decided to go in a different direction on that, so there is an award that's going to be made. But if you recall, these are the bid openings from last week. We opened a bunch of bids. There is one that we've decided not to award. When we did the police garage is actually 2 parcels, and we had 2 different bidders for, it's 1 building but 2 parcels, and we decided it was going to be too confusing. They have 2 different contractors trying to tear down part of the police garage. So we're just going to rebid it as 1 unit, not by parcel.
So basically they've gone through all the bids and they're recommending awarding to the low bidder.
Correct.
For each specific parcel.
Correct.
To save us money.
With the exception of the police garage ones, we're just not awarding those. We're going to rebid it. It was too confusing.
Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second.
Motion and a second approving the bid award. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Do we have any other matters from other board members?
I do have the pilot agreement. Now, see, if Heather could speak, she'd probably say something incredibly witty, like supreme executive power derives from a mandate from the masses. However, you're stuck with me, and this is a pilot agreement. This is going to be a senior development over on Soul Street. There is 2 prerequisites. There is an ordinance that has to pass, and then there's also an agreement. In order to put the ordinance on the agenda, I have to have the agreement signed, and I am presenting it to the Board of Works for signature. There are 2 places to sign.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those against, motion passes. Any other matters from department heads or their representatives? Any new business? Any old business? Meeting's open to the public. Is there anyone in the audience who'd like to speak? If not, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments?